Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Friday night, bordering on Saturday morning, and we're here with another exciting late night live stream for the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. I was, as per usual, hoping to be able to go on closer to 10 o'clock, but recent trends with my son's bedtime and just generally being an adult keep pushing that back. So here we are, and it is 11:54, so it is technically not tomorrow. Hey Leo, how the heck are you doing, my friend? Uh, Tonight we're gonna play some cool stuff as per usual, but I do want to highlight a couple of friends of mine who have provided the cool stuff that we are going to play tonight. And both of these guys are people that I have not messed. What are you talking about, traitor? What are you yes, there's my friend right here. So the cool dude with the Japanese writing on the live stream. And incidentally, I'm sorry I couldn't message you ahead of time in terms of when I was going on. This fellow right here with the cool Japanese writing is the CEO. Yeah. I was never a Packers fan, Leo. I don't know what. I've always been a Vikings fan, and I got respect for the Packers, but they're my annoying NFC North Division rivals. Anyway, my friend in the chat here, he is the CEO, so to speak, of a small, plucky but excellent Etsy store called the East Side Games. And if you are into really cool Japanese games for things like the Sega Saturn, which is my, I'm partial to the Sega Saturn. It'd be probably my favorite system. The original PlayStation, the East Side, man, that's right. Or the East Coast, whatever works for you. Like Sega Saturn, Nintendo 64, Super Famicom. A lot of the games that we've played on the live streams come from his store. So these are a couple of Super Famicom selections. This is Super Mario All-Stars. And then we also have Super Mario World on the Super Famicom. Now, we've got some, incidentally, so check out his store on Etsy Games. It's fantastic. Sinister. Whoa, wait, what? SVC Chaos and Mark of the Wolves are coming to the Switch? What? Are they out? Because I am totally getting SVC Chaos on the Switch. That is insane. Well, you know what else is insane? A video game that fights AIDS, which is one of the games that I got from our friend Eastside Games, who is in the chat, and that is Puyo Puyo 2, or Puyo Puyo Su. Packers are not going to beat the Bucks. Yeah. No, SVC Chaos is redonkulous, man. That is match of the Millennium. Okay, so that's still pretty good, but I really do want SVC Chaos. I've got the Xbox version of that. I'd like to get my hands on the arcade version of that. Anyway, tonight I would like to do two things. I want to highlight the games that I have received from Eastside Games, the Etsy store. He has been generous enough to have a little coupon set up, so I'm going to link that in the description after the stream. So check out his store. And if you are into, Sinister is interested. Sinister is a connoisseur, my friend, of all kinds of cool stuff. So a lot of the Super Famicom games we play, a lot of the Sega Saturn games that we play from Japan, and a lot of the Sony PlayStation games that we play, things like Crash Bandicoot 2, all that kind of stuff. Cool Borders 2. A lot of it came from Eastside Games on Etsy. So please check his store out, and I'm actually waiting on a copy of Virtual On that he actually sent out today that I bought the other day. So I just actually ordered the Japanese copy of Virtual On for the Sega Saturn, so that should be fun to play. Another quality game I got from his store is Virtua Fighter Kids, which we're going to play tonight. Yes, I saw that it was like in pre-transit, so I'm pretty psyched about that. I was actually really psyched to find a copy of the Virtual On because, it's good stuff. Is it coming through laggy on your end? Because I can't tell, which sucks if it is. So, yeah, I can't tell. I can't. All I can see is like you guys in the chat and all going well. I thought I had set this to a lower resolution, so hopefully, I don't know if it's going in at like 480 or 720. So, delayed. Well, hopefully it works itself out. We have a Spectrum internet here. Cool. Hopefully it's just your mobile and not mine. I don't know. We have Spectrum internet here in the town that I live in, and it's not good. So, all right. And again, you know what else isn't good? AIDS. It's not good at all, especially when you get it from a tree, or ravaged by tree AIDS. Why am I talking about AIDS? Because I just watched an episode of St. Elsewhere. No, I didn't. No, Puyo Puyo 2 is actually Compile did like this thing, like these Act Against AIDS games. So I just always thought it was funny that like these puzzle games here were like devoted to fighting AIDS. So, this game really helped Magic Johnson a lot. So, anyway, so yeah, we're gonna play some Puyo Puyo 2. This is a very famous game. If you lived in the United States and are a fan of the American Sonic the Hedgehog games, you will be aware of this as Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It's good stuff. There's also a Kirby game on the Super Nintendo, and this is a very popular franchise in Japan, and it also returned in Sonic Mania, one of my favorite games, which actually I just got for the Switch. Nick, how the heck are you doing, man? Nick, you might be interested in this. In the chat, we have Eastside Games from Etsy, and he is a recent friend of mine and longtime a person I've been buying from. And we're going to put a coupon in the description, and I have AIDS, Tom Hanks, and Family Guy. No, my favorite thing was the Denzel Washington Philadelphia clip that when Stewie was the shock jock. After all, AIDS is a deadly incurable disease. But the fact of the matter is, when you fired him because he had AIDS, you broke the law. What is wrong with you? Alright, anyway. We're playing Puyo Puyo 2. Yes, I did say Kirby's Avalanche. We're playing Puyo Puyo, Nick, and that is, you'll know that from Kirby's Avalanche or Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine for us Western gamers. But Puyo Puyo, big gaming franchise in Japan. It's basically their Tetris. It's very cool. It's got, multicolored jelly beans that link together and really cool anime characters. And in the Chemical Plant Boss Zone in Sonic Mania, it's you play Dr. Robotnik in his Mean Bean Machine, which is a game of Puyo Puyo, which is cool stuff. So Puyo Puyo 2 for the Sega Saturn is one of the games I got from Eastside Games, so I wanted to highlight that since we got him in the chat. And check out his Etsy store, Eastside Games. Tell him Noel sent you. And I am actually, just said this, waiting for Virtual On, which I just ordered yesterday, and it's already in the mail, so I should be getting that in a few days, and we'll play it for a review and on the stream. Good stuff. Guys, how am I coming through? Am I coming through laggy for you, or was it just his phone, or how's it going? Because, I can't tell. All I can see is myself here, and I'm kind of at the mercy of my internet. So he's trying to collect Puyo Puyo Sue for every console. Cool, man. You're clear for me. Good. All right. So I'm super wanting to get that game for the N64. I have Puyo Puyo 2 on Mega Drive on Genesis, thanks to the Mega Drive Mini that I got right here. So this game, along with Sonic 2, was heavily featured. The other Etsy buddy of mine, Retro Zoltan, who we know, I actually got in the mail today the At Games Sega Genesis with the SD card slot. So he actually gave me an SD card upgrade kit, which let me put a whole bunch of cool Japanese games on here, and just to really expand, really expand the game library on it. So we should check that out as well. Sonic does love chili dogs. Urkel did voice Sonic, and he was awesome. Uh, Somehow I can't get desktop to catch up. I don't know, man. Well, I'm gonna hit the lights and we're gonna play some Puyo Puyo. I'm not the best at this, but it is a very cool game. Oh, you know who's a YouTube channel? And I don't know her very well at all. I've just kind of said hi to her in the comments, and she's kind of said hi back. Her name's like I think it's like Zuvi, Zuvi's Game Room or something along those lines. She's a really cool Japanese girl, and she's basically in her game room reviewing games, talking about her anime action figures. She recently hosted Kid Show Ryuken. Oh, there's the Act Against AIDS sign. Kid Show Ryuken's game reviews. Kid Show Ryuken's YouTube channel is also excellent, so check that out. Twitch no longer seems to work without skipping unless I switch to audio only. I only watch Twitch to watch Impact Wrestling because since Kenny Omega came back with Don Callis as the cleaner and hooked up with, kind of reformed the Bullet Club with the Good Brothers, I've been watching Impact, and I haven't watched Impact since they left Pop TV. So once Billy Corgan got ousted, I pretty much stopped watching it. I did watch a little bit of the Jeff Jarrett era, but it was it was pretty bad for a long time. But Impact's good again, so that's good. So cool. All right, I'm gonna hit the lights. I'll be right back, gang. You guys should also check out Eastside's YouTube channel. He has some random VHS uploads on there, including Spice World. Yeah. Spice Girls. Okay. You know what kind of sucks? I just downloaded Tekken, the Tekken 7 Complete. Because I actually had the game, and it was like massively discounted, and my PlayStation 4, every time I try to update it, it basically says there's an error, and it won't let me update the PlayStation 4. So it's really, really annoying. Impact is the only company where everything changes from lengths of the show to shape of the ring. Yes, no, seriously, it's a pretty crazy situation. I mean, it's nothing short of a miracle that they're still in business, but they are, and they're doing well. I mean, at least in terms of their content. How many seasons are there now? Seasons of what? Company and their ownership. I don't even know who the CEO of Impact is right now. I know Don Callis is, running a lot of stuff, but I don't even know who. I know Anthem is in charge of it. This is just a very relaxing game here. Basically, what we have to do is we have to match 4 of these things here. Oh, Tekken 7. I don't know, man. All I know is I have it on Steam and play it on. I got the most recent. Okay, so when I bought it, I got it when it first came out. So I think I ended up getting Geese Howard. I know it ended up with like that Negan was on there as well. But I mean, I only got Geese on it. I don't actually know what season it's on. All I know is like I bought it when it first came out on disc. And then the other day I saw that PlayStation had it for 75% off. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll get this. It was like 25 bucks for like apparently like everything that had ever been on it. So I went to go download it, and it was of course making me do the ridiculous update. And so I did it, and I turned on my PlayStation 4 right before the live stream because I was hoping to stream it tonight, among other things. And it was but my PlayStation 4 froze up and it said there was an error. So I mean, one of the reasons that I started streaming a little later was because I was trying to get my PlayStation 4 not to brick on me. I'm having a lot of problems with my PS4. The disc drive isn't working right now. I'm trying to get it replaced. I basically, what I'm going to do is next time I get paid, I'm going to take my paycheck and my not my broken, but my kind of wonky PS4, take it to GameStop, and I also have a GameStop gift card, and I'm going to see if I can get a PS4 Pro and just try to upgrade. You need an update for the update to update the update. That is exactly the truth. Sinister thinks there's 3 seasons. Sinister, do you have Tekken 7? I beat the story mode on it. I liked it. I wish Tekken would just do what they used to do, though, like have an arcade mode with really cool cinematic endings. I kind of screwed that up. We're getting this guy in trouble, which is good. I don't really do much streaming of puzzle games, although I actually did just order Puyo Puyo on the original Game Boy. I got that off, I think I got that off of eBay. We won. Alright. Noel, you are Italian. Do you like calzones? My nerdy friend is obsessed with them. I do like calzones. They're phenomenal, and I like them a lot. You need to... Yeah. I'm sorry if I repeat any questions. No, I don't care. You can repeat all you want. I love calzones. There's a restaurant. So I live in, central New York, which is like right under... I live like about 30 minutes south of Syracuse, New York. Calzones are awesome. My favorite calzones come from a restaurant called Little Italy in Homer, New York. It's a small town, and it's basically like when you get off the highway, there is like Little Italy is there, and it's this really, really good Italian pizzeria, and their calzones are like literally like football stuffed with ricotta cheese and pepperoni. They're phenomenal. So yeah, highly recommend calzones. Now there's kind of a college calzone shop called DP Dough, and they make their calzones are good. They're not done with like the best like attention to detail like Little Italy, like where it's like an Italian pizzeria. I mean, it's good. Like DP Dough is basically like where you go after the bars close. Or if you've if you're like up late studying and you want something, easy to eat, it's that kind of place. It's like open till like 5 a.m. making calzones for drunk college kids. And they're not bad, but I mean, they're not like, gourmet calzones. Hey, yawning is contagious. I'm off work for the weekend. That's cool. He likes jalapeno, pineapple, and pepperoni. Well, he's a sick, twisted individual. That wasn't good. This is good. We can at least get 4 right here. We really just need a purple here. Or another green. There you go. It's all starting to come into place. So, Wolf Girl here. Oh, what the hell? I can't tell when, you know, I don't know. Just trying to live my life. Oh, man. Alright, oh, that's good. Green, I need green. Oh, that sucked. Okay. Well, this will help. Oh, man! I didn't mean to do that. This is bad. Come on, just give me some kind of red here. I'm gonna lose. This is... Oh, we're done. Ah! This stupid centaur goat girl here. Ugh, anyway. Okay, Sega does own the IP to this. They bought Compile or something like that. He complains they're too small from a lot of places. Little Italy's calzones are really big. Calzones only need 2 things a lot. They need cheese and meat. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, you could literally just have a calzone with mozzarella and ricotta, which would be good. But, yeah, I mean, I like a nice pepperoni calzone. You know, basically some good pizza ingredients. So that's Puyo Puyo 2. It's a really good, fun puzzle game. I'm going to put in another game that we got from Eastside Games, and that is a fighter. As you know, I enjoy the fighting games. Sinister, do you know when they're going to get Capcom versus SNK on the Switch? Which, I mean, I'm pretty, like, SNK has so many of their games on, you know, those arcade, you know, those ACA things. I don't know why they wouldn't have SVC Chaos. Actually, ooh, that is a Sega logo on it on the PS1. Sega on a PS1 game. That is interesting. Well, I mean, it's not unheard of. I remember during the, I think it was like early 90s, or late 80s, they ended up, you know, throwing like Altered Beast on like PC Engine and Famicom, because, you know, their arcade business is so strong in Japan, but their console business is, you know, it's like, it's good, but it's not great compared to the Famicom and the PC Engine, so. I just put a new battery in the Sega Saturn. I wonder why it keeps telling me to... It keeps telling me to set my clock here. So, well, since it's always 1994 in this house, it's the Neo Geo Pocket Color version. Okay, I have that. I have the Neo Geo Pocket Color version. I have a Neo Geo Pocket Color. I really like it. It'll be interesting. I mean, I bet maybe they're doing that as kind of like a test run to see if there is interest in getting like SVC Chaos. I mean, I'd play that on the big screen. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to hit the lights. And yes, it is Happy New Year 1994. Boy Meets World just started a new season, and the 7th grade season is hilarious. So I am a fan of chibi stuff. So, Virtua Fighter Kids is definitely a fun game. It's Virtua Fighter if everyone looked like a RPG character. I'm about to celebrate my 8th birthday. All right. Well, hopefully you'll end up with like a whaley ice cream cake or something like that, and tickets to a WCW house show. There you go. You'll get to see Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright in action against the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan. (1994) WCW is really good. People like complain about it. It's like, oh, what did the Dungeon of Doom? I love the Dungeon of Doom. Vader teleporting all over the place. Hulk Hogan screaming about how the water's not hot when he's like in this dungeon. It's really, really, really good stuff. Virtua Fighter was very popular in Japan. I am kind of surprised. Like, I know the Mega Drive had pretty much stopped selling by, like 1995. They had the Saturn out. The Saturn was dominating. But, I don't know. I'm surprised that, I don't think Japan got an official release of Virtua Fighter on the Genesis. I wasn't too into wrestling. Another 2-3 years on that. I was big into Attitude Era. We're being at WCW. You were at a WCW Saturday night taping. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I was a big WCW guy. Yeah, I enjoy the super deformed style. It's very expressive. Imitating the Alex Wright dance. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, Alex Wright was cool. Yeah, my taping was during the NWO Wolfpack time frame. Oh, cool, man. Are we talking like Wolfpack Elite or Wolfpack versus Hollywood? No, I am a huge WCW fan, so that's I mean, the more of a WCW fan you are, the more personal admiration I have for you. I also do the Norm Smiley thing. Everyone had red Sting masks. That's awesome. So that would have been they would have been fighting NWO Hollywood still. So I don't know if you remember this or not, but the um the NWO merged back together. Basically, the story went that Hogan couldn't beat Nash, and Nash couldn't beat Hogan. So basically, what ended up happening is Hogan gave leadership of the NWO to Nash, and then Nash gave Hogan the belt. That was the finger poke of doom. Although they kind of like messed with the storyline, it kind of ended up having Hulk be the leader anyway. I don't know. It was kind of weird. Like WCW, I love, but at a certain point, even though it was good, they kind of like stopped paying attention to like making sense creatively. um, I actually liked the finger poke of doom. I went to that one Nitro. Do you remember? You went to the finger poke of doom Nitro? Yeah, dude. I didn't know if this was the Java T version or not. I mean, it's fine that it's not. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I just went to a Nitro. Oh man, I would have loved to have gone to a Nitro. Were the Nitro girls there? For those of you who don't know, this Virtua Fighter Kids actually started out as a promotional game for Japanese iced tea. So the first version of it basically has loading screens with the characters drinking iced tea. It's called Java iced tea. It's good stuff. I mean, I never had it, but the idea of Virtua Fighter characters drinking Japanese iced tea is good stuff. That's just objective. That's like 2 plus 2 is 4 objective. You were Kurt Hennig's first WCW appearance. That's cool, man. So wait a second. The iced tea version is not a full game. Jericho beat Six for the cruiserweight title. That's a good Nitro to go to, man. Conan joined the NWO. That sounds like an awesome Nitro. Man, those were the glory days, man. It's like so good. Like, you'd watch wrestling Monday nights at 8. Like the whole week kind of revolved around it. And everyone would be talking about it the next day, and it was just really exciting. I've actually been listening to you can play like 3 stages. Oh, that's crazy. Well, I still want to get it. That'd be still interesting. Uh, I've actually like I'm not a big Dave Meltzer fan, but I've been actually listening to these audiobook versions of the Montreal Screwjob Wrestling Observer from 1997, and it's really really well done. The coverage is very interesting. His analysis of it is interesting. It's fascinating to hear because by all accounts Brett was really feeding him his perspective, and it's good stuff. So if you go on YouTube, you can find the video. I think it's like titled "The Most In-Depth Coverage of the Montreal Screwjob." And to this day, I just I fantasy book Bret Hart and WCW and just wonder what could have been because I really wanted WWF to lose. Like WCW is so much better. And I'm not saying I wanted Vince McMahon to go out of business necessarily, but it tears me up that WCW isn't around anymore. And the potential of Bret Hart, and like the big thing with Bret Hart is that like he had a hard time fitting into WCW storyline wise because the ultimate babyface was Sting and the ultimate villain was Hulk Hogan. Okay, so then where do you put Bret Hart in that when he's like the hottest thing coming out of the WWF? Like Sting is already the top hero and Hogan is like the devil, so you've got to insert Bret Hart in between those two somehow. And there's different things you can do. You could have Bret Hart form a Hart Foundation and kind of be like have like the Hart Foundation be kind of like free agents and not be completely WCW or NWO. You could tag Hogan or Sting out for a little bit. There's a lot of things about yes, WCW is where the big boys play. Yeah. Yeah, the adjective play. Kevin Nash. Of course, play is a verb, not an adjective. Kevin Nash. All right, I actually had to stop following Kevin Nash on Instagram because like his political shit was just starting to bother me too much. Like, I don't get me wrong, I have like mad respect for Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash doesn't care what I think. Kevin Nash is a childhood superhero of mine. I like Big Daddy Cool Diesel. I think he's cool as hell. I think he was awesome in the NWO. There's no NWO without Hogan, Hall, and Nash. That's just how it is. But Kevin Nash is like, he's not stupid, but he's like not as smart as he thinks he is. And he reminds me of like this jock who read a newspaper and then very confidently and condescendingly regurgitates what he read in the newspaper to people like he's talking down to them. And so, he's like super liberal, which is fine. Like, I don't care about that. But I don't want you to be an asshole either. Like, I don't want you to be like a smug asshole that is like completely unaware of your own side's bullshit. and that's what he comes off as a lot of the time. So Kevin Nash will tear you up just like he tears his quad. Yeah, yeah. I don't want any of that smoke. Kevin Nash too. Like, I mean, I've heard him do like shoot interviews where he complains that like about how the Wolfpack was booked. It's like, dude, he's complaining just because like they didn't make him the king of the castle. Like, he's like, oh well, they didn't let me beat Hogan and be the champion. And it's like, dude, like, I mean, listen, yes, there should have been a final showdown between Hogan and Nash, but the idea that you just book the Wolfpack super strong and make Hollywood look like a bunch of chumps, that's ridiculous, and that seems to kind of be what he's arguing for. He's like, oh well, they didn't let me have Scott, and it's like, dude, you had Macho Man. Like, I mean, I think it would have made sense to have Hogan have Macho Man and Scott Hall be with Nash, but they decided to do the switch and have Macho be with Nash and Hall be with Hogan, which, truth be told, did not make the most sense creatively. I mean, it was kind of interesting, but, you know. Like, I really liked it. I didn't like how they, like, I liked Bret Hart as, kind of the rival to Sting, but I didn't like how Bret Hart was like, you weren't even sure if he was in the NWO or not. It was really dumb. Like, if you wanted to have Bret Hart be in the NWO, like be in NWO Hollywood, that actually would have made a lot of sense because he could say that, like, he hated Kevin Nash because he was friends with Shawn Michaels. And I would have like booked Bret Hart against Kevin Nash since they had really good matches in the WWF. But again, I don't know. They like decided like, oh, we're gonna book Bret Hart against Conan. Like, what? Like, seriously, like what? Incidentally, Conan and Disco Inferno's podcast is pretty hilarious. No, man, I don't agree. Yeah, I would like you could do the Mega Powers in the NWO. Like that I think that would have worked. Like you could have had Hogan and Savage versus Hall and Nash. I'd love to see that on a pay-per-view. In fact, like I had heard that originally they were going to give the NWO either Nitro or Thunder. And they gave them neither. This had them be a faction, so. So it looks like depending on what difficulty you play, you do or don't get an ending. So let's try to, we'll pump up the difficulty a little bit here. Let's put it on normal. I wonder if we can put this on like one round here. I think that's like this one round. I'm just trying to... I don't read Japanese, sadly, so... Horseman getting mega pushed after reforming. Yeah. That is true. Well, then they did that weird, double turn with Hogan and Flair where they decided to turn, like, Hogan babyface and Flair, like, a heel, which didn't make a whole lot of sense. And then they decided to, like, make, making Hogan a babyface against a heel Sting really made no sense. Because Sting is, like, he played an okay heel in TNA at times, but, like, he never played a good heel in WCW, and he's just too likable. Like, he just comes off as too nice of a person to make a really believable heel, especially, after he fought Hollywood Hogan so valiantly. Now, the other thing that really bothers me about how Bret Hart was used in WCW is that, I listened to Eric Bischoff's podcast. And one of the ways he defends himself about Starrcade '97 having a bizarre ending is he's like, well, we couldn't have Sting beat Hogan cleanly because he was just not capable of being a stable champion because of his, like, you know, personal issues or drug problems or whatever. It's like, okay, I understand that. So this is what you should do. You should have Sting beat Hogan cleanly at Starrcade. Then, I don't know, like, you can have Sting disappear for whatever reason. I don't know, he did his job, he vanquished Hogan, now he's going to disappear back into the shadows. And then what you do is then you put Bret Hart in the Sting position. You know, like, if Sting is really that bad, like, you know, and he's not stable, then, you know, what you do is you make Sting look really good, and then you, like, tag Sting out and let Bret Hart take over as the top babyface. Hey, man, Arrow, how's it going? I think the NWO was bad. I like the NWO Elite. I really do. Like, that's why I like the Wolf Pack, because I liked Hollywood. I liked Hogan and the Wolf Pack. And then the other thing that really bothers me, people will say, like, oh, the NWO got watered down. It had too many people. The NWO was supposed to be its own wrestling organization. It was not supposed to be just some stable. It was not supposed to be, like, 4 guys or 6 guys or whatever. Like, that's why things like DX or, you know, what does Jericho got right now in AEW, the Inner Circle or whatever. Like, you know, they're cool. Like Aces and Eights or, you know, whatever. Like, they're cool, they're fun, all that stuff. But, like, you know, the NWO being so big made sense because it was supposed to be its own brand. It was supposed to be its own wrestling company. Sting beat Hogan at Super Brawl anyway, making Bischoff's point sound even worse. Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, I understand, like, trying to get another match out of it because the Starrcade match was so weird. So it's like, okay, I guess, like, you know, I'm cool with Hogan and Sting doing a rematch, because, like, that kind of normally happens, but, yeah, I would put, you know, if Sting really is too messed up to be the man, so to speak, then you literally have to put Bret Hart in that spot, because the big thing, the reason why Bret Hart, I think, kind of fell through the cracks in WCW is because, you know, he wasn't Hogan and he wasn't Sting, and Hogan and Sting were the best things in wrestling. And I mean, it's true, they were better than Austin. They were absolutely better than Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin was like a rising star. He was very popular. He was very edgy. People liked him a lot. I never liked Steve Austin. I always thought he was kind of trashy. And I always remembered him as stunning Steve Austin in WCW. So it's like, oh yeah, now you're like, are we supposed to forget that? You're supposed to forget that you were in, like, pink shorts with, like, shoulder-length blonde hair in WCW. But, yeah, I mean, I like stunning Steve Austin. I thought he was a pretty cool character. But it's like, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm bald and I'm a serial killer from Texas. Yeehaw. I was like, okay. Anyway. But yeah, no, so it's like, I get it that, like, Sting and Hogan are, like, really big deals, and it's hard for Bret Hart to interject himself in that, but it's definitely doable. And then the other thing is, like, okay, so you're even saying that, you know, you're going to have to tag one of them out because Sting's just got too many personal issues to be the face of the company. It's like, okay, then you need to have Bret Hart fight Hulk Hogan. You need to put Bret Hart in the Sting slot. Did I ever see Con Air? I did not. Even 3-person stables have weak links. I have not seen Con Air. The look of this game reminds me of the N64 Final Fantasy VI demo. This game is significantly harder on normal. Come on. Ugh, I am not going to get myself in a situation where I'm, like, boss raging mid-fight at Virtua Fighter Kids here. This game actually has endings for the characters, too. Because these characters are so small, like, because they're kind of simplistically drawn, very high resolution and smooth too. This game is better than Virtua Fighter 2 on Genesis. Oh yeah, no, it's not even close. Virtua Fighter 2 on Genesis, I don't think is bad though. It's a lot of fun. I really do like Virtua Fighter 2 on Genesis, but this is better for sure. A lot of the times, I think the chibi games are better than the games that they're like based on. Darn it! We'll play this in a minute. So one of the games that's on the SD card that Retro Zoltan gave me for the At Game Sega Genesis 2019 version, like with the SD card slot, it's like a Genesis. It's a Chinese bootleg game called Virtua Fighter versus Tekken 2, and it's not a bad game at all. But it's a lot like the Virtua Fighter 2 for Sega Genesis. Ugh. I hate to do this, but I'm going to retire from this game and grab a late night cup of coffee before we attack the next thing. I'm thinking we might do the usual, like, shorter Friday live stream and then try to stream again on Saturday. Although, I gotta tell you guys, I am working on my contest for Kodansha, the silent manga contest. And the deadline for that is Wednesday. The max number of pages is 17. So, I've got... I'm starting like page 12 right now, so I got like 5 pages left to do. And, being a teacher, I am pretty busy during the weekdays, so, I will probably try to stream on Saturday night, but if I have to not stream on Saturday, it's because I'm going to be working on my comic book, because... Yeah, and I mean, I don't have any, like, necessarily high hopes of winning the contest, but I would, I want to enter. I want to pursue my dream of drawing Japanese manga, so yeah, here we go. So this is just, where I'm at thus far, and this is the last page I've drawn, so, yeah, cool stuff. And I'm just, gotta hit the next page. So, I don't know. Like, I'll show you guys some of the. I'll show you guys how the At Games looks. Virtua Fighter 2 on Genesis. I honestly like. That's kind of one of the games I bonded with my son over. So East Side, if you don't know, my son is 4. So like back when he was like, I don't know, like 2.5, 3 years old, for whatever reason, he just really liked Virtua Fighter on the Sega Genesis. Because we had the At Games Sega Genesis, the HD one. And I just remember we would just like play that a lot. And that actually is kind of how I learned a lot of some of the mechanics for Virtua Fighter. So I'm going to power off our Sega Saturn right here. I have another friend on Etsy. Etsy is just great for retro gaming. I actually just bought a modded Sega Dreamcast right here that is region free. So, I can actually play my Japanese games on this now without a swap issue. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that game. It plays like it should. It's not trying to be anything else. The only thing I would have done differently with that game is I would have opted for bigger sprites. And I would have tried to incorporate some of the the cut scenes of the opening to the anime. Like, if you ever play like Phantasy Star 4, and you know how like they have those kind of cool manga style cutscenes? Like Valis has it also on the Mega Drive on the Genesis. like if they had done that with that game, like kind of add like polish it up a little bit, and really kind of have it flex its muscles. So okay, that's a given. Add back the two new characters. Yeah, I mean, like I agree that the characters should be added, but I mean, I would almost rather like lose the characters and have more polish visually. But the new, I would, yeah, obviously keep the new characters. Let's check this out. So this right here, this came in the mail today actually when I was waiting for my Chinese food. This is the 2019 At Games Sega Genesis. And it has a cartridge slot on top for your actual Sega Genesis games, and a SD card slot for ROMs. So this is really good. This, I think, was what At Games was developing before Sega decided to go with M2. Now, obviously, the emulation of M2 is better than the emulation of At Games, but there's some games on here that play perfectly. And then there's also the potential for things like firmware updates, and it lets you play your cartridges. And another cool thing that it does is it comes with a wireless controller that is it's a wireless controller. You can pretty much have it anywhere in the room. Takes a couple of AAA batteries, and it's also got actual controller slots in it as well. If you want to use your OG, don't play Streets of Rage 3 and turn the volume up too much. I actually do have Streets of Rage. I have Bare Knuckle 3 on this thing, so all right, I don't know, let's check it out. Now the weird thing is like, okay, I basically, okay, so this is a gateway computer monitor right here. And what I do is I have a like VGA, obviously. So I have like VGA to HDMI. And then I have this converter that's like got an HDMI in and a SCART in. So, don't say I didn't warn you. Okay. So basically, like, this is how I play a lot of my like all-in-one consoles, because it gives you like an HD picture and a CRT screen. It looks really good. Like, the games look how they're supposed to look, and they're very clear as well. But for whatever reason, like, this thing like powers certain At Games consoles without the plug. So it's kind of weird, like, because when you have to like put in the SD card, the console needs to be off before you put it in. But if this thing is actually hooked up to the HDMI through that connector, it will power the system. Like, I don't even need to put a plug in the system. So I'm hoping that doesn't actually do anything bad to this system here. But I know like the At Games consoles, they seem pretty light. It doesn't seem like they have a whole lot of stuff in them that can go wrong. So, I mean, I do have other options. Like, I could put this on my my flat screen, but that would require me swapping the HDMI cord out of the Xbox. So, which again, I mean, it's not like a huge deal, but I don't know. So we'll turn this on here, and we'll go from SCART to HDMI. Okay, guys, I'm going to hit the lights. I'll be right back. Okay, so if you want to access the SD card on this thing here, you have to run an update. And I did. And the cool thing about the 2019 version is the interface is a lot easier to use. You can actually just use the D-pad. And then, okay, so this is all the games that are on the SD card here. All right, well, we're just going to start out with Bare Knuckle 3. All right, let's see what this is all about here. Alright, so far so good. 1990X. The volume isn't up too loud on this, so... Could have, I always wanted to put, like, Bare Knuckle in Sonic and Knuckles. So you could have, like, Bare Knuckle and Knuckles. The other cool thing about this is that with this SD card, you can now play Sonic 3 on this thing. Take that, Estate of Michael Jackson. I actually, in my game room, have Sonic the Hedgehog in a Michael Jackson toy box. I'll show you in a minute. So, you know what else I've been watching a lot of, in addition to like listening to, stuff with Bret Hart, is the Amazing Discoveries infomercials, where like the guy in the Cosby sweater like acts wowed by everyday items. Really, really good stuff. We're still going to go with Axel here. I have not played the new Streets of Rage. It just looks a little dark visually. So, like, anytime... And I like how the sprites look versus, like, how they drew the characters. So every time I'm going to, like, go and buy a game, like, I think to myself, well, do I want to buy Streets of Rage 4? And it's like, yeah, I do. And then I see something else, like another anime game, and it's like, I'll get Streets of Rage 4 a little later. So, let me get this, I don't know, like, arcade copy of Twinbee. Or this weird Japanese visual novel about cat girls. Feels like there's some kind of bomb here. This plays well. Nice smooth gameplay. And once again, check out RetroZoltan.com. He is a good friend of mine and friend of the channel. Good stuff at Retro Zoltan. He will pimp out your all-in-one plug-and-play console. He gets a lot of like random, consoles from Japan. Not Japan, from China. A lot of he does get some stuff from Japan too, but he's really into taking these just like random Chinese products and hacking them. Cool guy, nice YouTube channel, great guy to deal with. He's another friend I met on Etsy. I mean, and he really like goes out of his way to like get all the games I ask him for and the hacks. I mean, he made my PlayStation Mini just a thing of beauty. The other thing Zoltan got me, he got me this weird Chinese bootleg version of Dragon Ball Final Bout on the Sega Genesis. He put it on this card here. Do I MCU? Are you talking about like do I like the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Not. I mean, I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like, I'm not someone who's seen all the movies. I hear Captain Marvel is really bad, but I haven't seen it. I have seen some of the movies. Like, I saw the first Avengers movie and really, really, really liked it. I saw, like, the first two Thor movies. I saw all three Iron Man movies. Um, I think is that it? Like, I don't know. Um, but yeah, I like it, but I just haven't seen everything. I don't like the fact that Marvel vs. Capcom 4, ended up trying to base itself on the MCU and totally ditched the whole comic book aesthetic and it ended up looking like crap. I mean, some characters look okay, but others don't, and it lost a lot of its energy trying to emulate the MCU rather than just the over-the-top anime 90s comic book color explosion, extravaganza. Which, they really took a lot of the spirit of those American 90s comics and took it to a really cool extreme. I don't know what's up with these biker dudes here. I began watching WandaVision on Disney. How is it? Vision is cool, so. I mean, I just like Vision from Captain America and the Avengers for Sega Genesis. So. Which hopefully that's on this SD card. So. You cannot escape. You'll be the one escaping. Come on, come at me. These guys look a lot like 2P from Final Fight. Except they're wearing I don't know, mid-90s dance club clothes. Which is clearly what this game is being based on. Having a discussion about Scarlet and Witch Elizabeth Olsen. Interesting. Come on, Axel. There we go. Nothing like eating chicken off the floor. Trying to lure them into, just beating them up quickly, making them Big Boss get on board here. There he is. Yeah, Ash from Pokemon really made some terrible, terrible life choices. Alright, we got him. Okay. Well, gang. So we've been streaming for about an hour. And since we did start streaming late, I can feel the tiredness bearing down on me. So, and it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning, East Coast time. So I'm thinking we'll wrap up this live stream for tonight, and hopefully we can do another live stream tomorrow. And then, just plan on Fridays and Saturdays if stuff gets late on Fridays being the days for live streaming. So, on the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. Sinister, my friend, good night. And East Side, if you're still here, thank you for the friendship and the cool deals and for stopping by. Stop by whenever you see us online in Yvonnet Niage. Right there. Good deal. Yeah. So, if you like joining the Navy. So, cool, guys. All right. Well, thanks again for being cool friends and having cool tastes. And I will see you very likely tomorrow. And also be on the lookout not only for tomorrow's live stream, but also just for random YouTube videos. We're going to have an unboxing for a Sega Dreamcast that'll be uploaded soon. And who knows what else. I'm sure we'll do a game review over the weekend as well. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.